welcome to Saucy Cat. My name's Zoe, and with the holidays coming up, I thought I should give you wonderful fans a gift. A wonderful gift. Perhaps the best gift of all. The gift of noodles. So let's get noodly with some deliciously simple vegan ramen. Let's get into it. Let's get the tofu out of the way by patting it dry and cutting it into cubes. We're going to marinate this in a mixture of rice vinegar, soy sauce, and maple syrup while we finish up our other steps. I used the same tofu marinade in my Drunken Noodles video if you just can't get enough. Let's move on to our ramen broth by first mincing up some garlic and ginger. Grab a large pot onto the stove and turn to medium-high. Heat up some sesame oil and saute the garlic and ginger for about a minute. Pour in some veggie broth and bring it to a simmer. Add some soy sauce and continue to simmer for around 10 minutes while we prep some veggies. The cool thing about ramen is that you can top it with literally anything. Today I'm choosing broccoli, mushrooms, and baby corn, but you can really go crazy with all sorts of things like spinach, tempeh, bok choy, carrots, chili peppers, the list goes on. Set a large pan to medium-high and add some sesame oil. Drain out the marinade from our tofu and add the tofu to the pan. Saute this for about 5 to 10 minutes on each side until golden brown. Let's get some water boiling for our noodles. I'm using these Chinese noodles for that classic squiggle that I grew up with, but you can easily get away with using those 30-cent packs, just throw away the seasoning packet. If you want to get real fancy, stay tuned to later this month where I show you how to make your own ramen noodles completely from scratch. Set the tofu aside and add our veggies to the pan. Stir fry for about 10 minutes. Many ramen toppings can just be left raw and enjoyed that way. However, I prefer the veggies I'm using today to be fried up just a little bit. Drain out the noodles and rinse under some cold water. This helps them retain their texture from when we add them to the broth. Take the veggies off the heat and let's add a final touch to our broth with some miso paste. I found a sieve is the easiest way to dissolve the miso paste and not have a bunch of chunks just floating around. Time to build our ramen bowl, starting with a good portion of noodles. Position your veggies and tofu in such a way that it is all purtiful and ladle in your amazing broth. Top it off with some green onions, sesame seeds, and a small drizzle of sesame oil. Now grab some chopsticks and let's slurp this dish. All right, let's get slurping. There is so much flavor in this broth, despite it being just really simple. There's such a good saltiness with the soy sauce and the miso paste, and the veggies and the noodles just really tie it all together. That does it for today. I hope you enjoyed. This was a pretty simple ramen recipe for when I'm feeling lazy, but I do have what I consider to be a pretty fancy, completely homemade from scratch ramen that's going to be out in a couple weeks, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. If you are interested in any of the ingredients we use, there is a link in the description box below. We are Amazon associates, so any purchase you make does help support our channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Saucy Cat. All right. Let's get slurping.
Good.
The microphone got all of that, didn't it?
Did.